everyone, it's me, Emily. Excuse my voice, I'm still a little bit sick, so I may sound a little bit stuffed up. And I'm going to be talking about something a little bit personal today. I just really wanted to come here and talk to you about being a vegetarian. It's coming up on my year mark of eating healthier and becoming a vegetarian, so I figured why not share my experience with you, and maybe it'll give you guys some more information about it. I'm in no way trying to force you guys to be a vegetarian or to change your eating habits. I'm not trying to start, a conflict on the internet. I'm just simply coming here and sharing my experience with you, just because I feel like it is important and it's something that's important to me. So I'm going to start with the questions that people ask me. The number one question that I get asked is,
what do you eat?
So it's really simple. I eat everything except animals. I don't eat fish, I don't eat cows, I don't eat pigs, I don't eat chickens, I don't eat turkeys, I don't eat llamas, I don't eat alligator. So I eat lots of veggies. I always make stir fry, I make like ramen style soups, I make tacos, I make pastas. So I do eat a lot of meals. There is a lot of stuff out there that I can eat. I just choose not to eat meat. The second question that I always get asked is,
aren't you always hungry?
No, I'm not always hungry. I actually eat quite a bit, I would say. I try to be as healthy as I possibly can. There are times where I just want to pig out and eat just like everybody else. I'm not going to always be the person who has a salad, So no, I'm not always hungry. I do plan my meals to where I know that it'll be filling for me. And vegetables are actually quite filling, and you can eat a lot more of them and still, have room for something that's like not so healthy, like cake or cookies or something. The third question I get asked is,
why aren't you skinnier?
I mean, it makes sense. You would think that someone who eats a lot of veggies and someone who eats a lot of fruits would be a lot skinnier. I would say that I have lost weight since becoming a vegetarian, but my body is my body. I can't really control the shape of my body, and I'm not going to be like paper thin, just because I'm a vegetarian. And if you are, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with being skinny. There's nothing wrong with being bigger. As long as what you feel like you're putting into your body is healthy, that's all that matters. I mean, it should be about benefiting us and our bodies to help us live longer and live healthier lives. So I don't have an answer to why I am not skinnier. Maybe I should go to the gym more. Would that make you happy? I don't know. So a lot of people think that vegetarians eat fish. That is actually incorrect. If you eat fish and that's the only meat you eat, you are technically called a pescatarian. Those people eat fish, but they do not eat other meat. I am not a pescatarian. I don't like fish. Even when I did eat meat, I did not eat fish. So the next question I'm going to go into is,
do you eat fish?
I do not eat fish. I didn't eat fish before I was a vegetarian. I don't eat fish now. I have no appetite to eat those. The next question that people ask me quite often when I mention that I am vegetarian is,
what made you change?
And that's actually a valid question. I can honestly say that out of all the questions that people ask me, I really do understand that question, because we all go through changes, and some people are curious to know why you would go through change. So I'm going to elaborate on this question a little bit. When I was younger, I grew up eating meat. My family ate meat. Everybody in my family would eat meat. My family is German and Italian, so you have the sausage and the meatballs, so we always ate meat. Throughout my life, it was something that kind of grossed me out. I'll be totally honest. Whenever I'd have like a chicken burrito from Chipotle or like a chicken Caesar wrap from Target, I would always like every single ingredient, but I would hate the meat. I would want to pick it out, but it was something that I was used to eating, so I continued eating it. It would just be something that I wouldn't enjoy eating as much as like the vegetables. That wasn't the main reason why it changed. I would say about 2 years ago, I started researching fast food chains and what they put in their meat. And I found out that a lot of it was just basically bullshit. I looked up some documentaries on Netflix. I watched the documentary called Vegucated, and that completely made me change my eating habits. It was that documentary that made me change from that day what I ate. I drink soy milk. I don't eat eggs at my house. So, stuff like that. I try to be as vegan as I can. but I would call myself a vegetarian. Now I'm going to go into what people say. So we already did what people ask. I'm going to say what people say, because sometimes what they say, you know, isn't very nice. The first thing I get is,
you won't get enough protein.
well, I mean, there's tons of vegetables out there that give you protein, and there's also protein shakes that you can drink. I have this huge thing of like protein powder that when I feel like I haven't bought in a lot of food that has protein in it, I will actually substitute it with that. There's beans, there's broccoli, there's Brussels sprouts, there's tons of stuff that has protein. There's soy products have protein in them, nuts have protein in them. There's just so many options out there. The second thing people say,
you're gonna cause yourself more harm than good.
I thought that for a really long time, that vegetarians were gonna end up like sick, or like if you became vegetarian your body was gonna just die off or something. So it did scare me a little bit in the beginning, but if you do it the right way and you make sure you get all your nutrients, you're not gonna hurt yourself. You know, if you're gonna go into it and you're not gonna eat protein and you're gonna cut out like your B12 and important vitamins that you need, then yes, you can definitely do harm to your body, but you really have to do your research and know what foods contain what vitamins and minerals for your body to live off of. This one's kind of hard for me because this is like a really big debate. I feel like a lot of people will tell me
animals were meant to be eaten,
but some people don't feel that way. Look at where we are now. We have grocery stores, we have farmlands, we have so many resources that are available to us. We don't have to eat meat. The way that we treat our animals in the meat industry is disgusting. It seriously is the most disgusting thing that I've ever seen in my life. It's the fact that we're abusing them, and that's what makes me the most sad. A lot of people have been telling me,
you just want to be difficult.
Especially around the holidays. It's just about the time that I spend with them. You know, the holidays, it is about the food in a lot of people's lives, but for me it's not about the food anymore. It's about spending time with my family and enjoying their company. I don't care that I'm not eating the ham or eating the turkey. It doesn't bother me whatsoever, and I feel like a lot of the times people think that I'm just choosing that to be difficult or to be different from them and to make things more difficult, but I'm not. You know, I honestly chose it as a more healthy option in my life, and it's just something that I'm very passionate about. I'm gonna go into how it makes me feel as a vegetarian. I cannot speak for all vegetarians. This is just me. Honestly, when I first started out, it made me feel like I was embarrassed because a lot of people will give you looks when you say, oh, I'm a vegetarian. They'll be like, oh, are you? Like, or what does that mean? Or, you know, they don't really understand why or, you know, how you're a vegetarian. So I can see where that confusion would come into play. But honestly, when people look at you like that, or when people make remarks like, why aren't you skinnier? Or you just want to be difficult, you know, it kind of makes you feel embarrassed to even mention it in the first place. I also feel really happy. I cannot say that I've been more happy in my life with this choice I've made. It's like the best choice I've ever made for myself, and I've really been enjoying being a vegetarian, despite the fact that it was difficult at first. You know, I've been conquering on and learning more and growing more, and you know, it's made me very happy. I also feel really healthy too. I've noticed a big change in my body. I have a lot more energy. I feel like I'm putting good things into my body, and that really makes me feel good about myself. Going along with that, I feel confident. I used to hate my body. I used to hate the way I looked. I hated every single thing about myself. Once I became vegetarian, I really didn't care what people thought of me. You know, I knew that I'm putting healthy things into my body, and yes, I could probably do more to make my body the way I want it to be, but for right now, I'm happy. I don't feel like I have to change anything about myself anymore. I feel really, really good about my choice. I also feel aware. I still know what they do to those animals. I still have seen videos of, you know, the meat plants and where they keep their animals, how they treat their animals, what they feed their animals. You know, it's crazy just to at least be aware of what they're doing to your food. I just pictured animals, you know, happy living on a farm until they got old, and then we would kill them and they wouldn't even care. Sadly, that's not the way most people do it, especially the big meat industries. I feel like even if you don't choose to become vegetarian or vegan, it's still good to know what you're putting in your body and the background of where it came from, because it might make you make wiser choices in the future. So to me, that was a big help in my life, is to just be aware of what they're doing to our food, because we can't really control it. If you'd be interested in having me do a video of what I eat and more of like the brands that I buy, or like what type of recipes I make, I can definitely do that for you guys. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, or if you just want to simply comment something, feel free to do that below. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it was more informational for you as a viewer, whether you're vegetarian, vegan, or none of the above. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!